In the quiet, misty town of Willow Creek, nestled deep within the shadowy embrace of ancient forests, there stood a dilapidated mansion known to locals as the Hollow Manor. Legend whispered of its haunting history, of the tragedies that had befallen its occupants over the centuries. Some said the mansion was cursed, while others believed it was a haven for restless spirits, trapped within its decaying walls. Among the tales that circulated, one story reigned supreme, sending shivers down the spines of those brave enough to listen. It was said that on the stroke of midnight, the ghostly apparition of Lady Evelyn Hollow, the mansion's former mistress, would wander the halls, her mournful wails echoing through the empty rooms. Curiosity often got the better of the adventurous, drawing them to the imposing gates of Hollow Manor despite the warnings of their elders. Among these intrepid souls was a group of friends: Sarah, a skeptic with a fascination for the supernatural; Alex, her loyal and rational companion; and Mark, the thrill-seeker always eager for a new adventure. One moonlit night, fueled by a mixture of bravado and curiosity, the trio embarked on their journey to uncover the truth behind the legends of Hollow Manor. As they approached the gates, the air grew thick with an oppressive chill, and the distant howls of unseen creatures seemed to serenade them. Ignoring the ominous signs, they pushed onward, their footsteps echoing against the cobblestones as they made their way through the overgrown gardens towards the mansion's looming facade. Ivy-clad walls reached towards the sky like skeletal fingers, casting eerie shadows upon the ground below. With trembling hands, Sarah pushed open the creaking doors, revealing the grand floor bathed in moonlight. Dust danced in the air, swirling around them like specters as they ventured deeper into the heart of the mansion. Their footsteps echoed through the silent halls, each shadow seeming to conceal unseen horrors lurking just beyond their reach. Sarah's skepticism wavered as a sense of unease settled over her, but she pushed aside her fears, determined to unravel the mysteries of Hollow Manor. As they ascended the grand staircase, the temperature plummeted, and a chill wind whispered through the corridors, carrying with it the faint scent of decay. Suddenly, a soft sobbing filled the air, causing the hairs on the back of their necks to stand on end. Heart pounding, Sarah exchanged a nervous glance with her companions, but they pressed onward, drawn by an irresistible force towards the source of the mournful cries. They found themselves standing before a door shrouded in darkness, its wood warped and weathered with age. Summoning their courage, they pushed open the door, revealing a chamber frozen in time. Faded tapestries adorned the walls, and antique furniture lay draped in dusty cobwebs. But it was the figure standing at the window that caught their attention. Lady Evelyn Hollow stood with her back to them, her ghostly form bathed in moonlight. Her long, flowing gown trailed behind her as she gazed out into the night, her features obscured by shadow. For a moment, the room was silent, save for the sound of their pounding hearts. Then, with a suddenness that sent shivers down their spines, Lady Evelyn turned to face them, her eyes empty sockets devoid of life. A blood-curdling scream tore through the stillness as the friends stumbled backwards, their minds reeling with terror. They turned to flee, but the door slammed shut before them, sealing their fate within the confines of Hollow Manor, now trapped within the mansion's grasp. The friends must unravel the mysteries of its haunted halls if they ever hope to escape the clutches of the restless spirits that dwell within. But as they soon discover, some secrets are better left buried, and the price of curiosity may be higher than they ever imagined. As the friends stood frozen in fear, their hearts racing, they realized they were not alone in the chamber. Shadows danced along the walls, twisting and contorting into sinister shapes that seemed to mock their terror. With trembling hands, Sarah fumbled for her phone, her fingers shaking as she attempted to illuminate the darkness with its feeble light. But to her horror, the screen remained dark, the battery drained by some unseen force. Panic threatened to consume them as they searched frantically for an escape, their footsteps echoing through the chamber like a death knell. But no matter where they turned, they found only darkness and despair. Suddenly, a voice pierced the silence, sending a chill down their spines. "You should not have come here," it whispered, its words dripping with malice. The friends spun around to find the source of the voice, but there was nothing there save for the oppressive darkness. "We have trespassed upon sacred ground," the voice continued, its tone filled with ancient sorrow. "And now, you must pay the price." With a deafening roar, the walls of the chamber began to close in around them, trapping them in a suffocating embrace. Desperate cries filled the air as they clawed at the walls, their fingernails scraping against the cold stone. But just as it seemed all hope was lost, a faint glimmer of light appeared in the distance, beckoning them towards salvation. With renewed determination, the friends fought against the crushing weight of the walls, their strength waning with each passing moment. But as they drew closer to the light, they realized with horror that it was not their salvation that awaited them, but something far more sinister. For beyond the light lay a realm of darkness, where the spirits of the damned wandered aimlessly for eternity. And as they stepped into the abyss, they knew that their journey was far from over. The true horrors of Hollow Manor had yet to reveal themselves, and the fate of the friends remained uncertain in the face of the vengeful spirits that lurked within its haunted halls. As the friends stepped into the realm of darkness beyond the light, they were immediately enveloped in an eerie silence that seemed to stretch on for eternity. Shadows twisted and writhed around them, whispering secrets too ghastly to comprehend. Their senses dulled by fear, they stumbled blindly forward, each step echoing through the void like a death knell. But no matter how far they walked, they found no escape from the oppressive darkness that threatened to consume them. Time lost all meaning in the abyss, and soon, the friends began to lose themselves to despair. Doubt gnawed at their minds, twisting their thoughts into a tangled web of confusion and fear. But just as they were on the brink of surrender, a faint glimmer of hope pierced the darkness, a whisper of a voice that promised salvation. "Follow me," it urged, its words a beacon of light in the suffocating blackness. With newfound determination, the friends pressed onward, their hearts filled with a desperate longing for escape. But as they followed the voice deeper into the abyss, they realized with growing dread that they were not alone. Shadows danced at the edge of their vision, lurking just beyond the reach of their flickering light. Whispers echoed through the darkness, taunting and teasing them with promises of doom. Fighting to keep their fear at bay, the friends quickened their pace, driven forward by a primal instinct for survival. But with each step they took, the darkness seemed to grow thicker, swallowing them whole in its suffocating embrace. And as they plunged deeper into the abyss, they knew that the true horrors of Hollow Manor had only just begun to reveal themselves. For in the heart of the darkness, something ancient and malevolent stirred, waiting patiently for its next victims to fall prey to its insatiable hunger. As the friends pressed on through the suffocating darkness, they became acutely aware of a growing sense of unease that seemed to permeate the very air around them. Whispers of dread brushed against their ears, sending shivers down their spines. With each step, the oppressive weight of the abyss bore down upon them, threatening to crush their spirits beneath its relentless force. Yet still, they pressed forward, driven by a flickering spark of hope that refused to be extinguished. But as they ventured deeper into the depths of the abyss, the voice that had guided them began to falter, its once comforting tones twisted into a chilling cacophony of anguish and despair. "We should not have come here," Sarah murmured, her voice barely audible over the howling winds that echoed through the darkness. Her words hung heavy in the air, casting a pall of uncertainty over the group as they struggled to navigate the treacherous terrain. Suddenly, a blinding flash of light erupted in the distance, illuminating the abyss with an intensity that seared their retinas. Shielding their eyes against the glare, they stumbled backwards, their hearts pounding in terror. And as the light faded, they found themselves face to face with a towering figure shrouded in shadows, an entity of unfathomable darkness that seemed to draw the very light from their souls. With a bone-chilling roar, the creature lunged forward, its twisted form contorting and writhing with unnatural grace. The friends recoiled in horror, their minds unable to comprehend the true horror of what lay before them. But just as all hope seemed lost, a voice echoed through the darkness, a voice filled with a strength and resolve that belied its ethereal nature. "You have trespassed upon sacred ground," it intoned, its words cutting through the chaos like a beacon of hope in the night. "And now, you must face the consequences of your actions." With a wave of its shadowy hand, the creature recoiled, its form dissipating into the darkness like smoke in the wind. And as the friends stood trembling in the aftermath, they knew that their journey was far from over. For the true horrors of Hollow Manor had yet to reveal themselves, and the fate of the friends remained uncertain in the face of the malevolent forces that lurked within its haunted halls. As the friends stood in the wake of the creature's retreat, they were gripped by a profound sense of foreboding. The voice that had spoken to them seemed to hang in the air, its words echoing through the darkness like a haunting melody. "We must find a way out of here," Alex declared, his voice tinged with urgency, "before whatever lurks in this abyss consumes us all." Agreeing with a solemn nod, the friends pressed onward, their senses heightened to the slightest sound or movement in the suffocating darkness. But as they ventured deeper into the abyss, they found themselves confronted by a series of increasingly sinister obstacles. Whispers of doubt danced at the edges of their minds, sowing seeds of discord among them with each passing moment. Shadows flitted through the darkness, taunting and teasing them with promises of doom. But despite the mounting threats, the friends refused to yield to despair. With each step forward, they drew strength from their bond, their determination to survive unyielding in the face of unimaginable horrors. Suddenly, a faint glimmer of light appeared in the distance, beckoning them towards its ephemeral glow. Heartened by the prospect of escape, they quickened their pace, their footsteps echoing through the abyss like a drumbeat of hope. Yet as they drew closer to the light, they realized with growing dread that it was not their salvation that awaited them, but something far more sinister. Before them stood a doorway, a gateway to another realm, where the boundaries between the living and the dead blurred into oblivion, and beyond that doorway lay the heart of Hollow Manor, where the true horrors of their ordeal awaited. With a trembling hand, Sarah reached out to push open the door, her heart pounding in her chest with a mixture of fear and anticipation. But as she crossed the threshold into the unknown, she knew that their journey was far from over. For within the depths of Hollow Manor, secrets long buried would rise to the surface, and the fate of the friends would be decided by forces beyond their comprehension. With bated breath, the friends stepped through the doorway, their hearts heavy with trepidation yet buoyed by a glimmer of hope. As they entered the heart of Hollow Manor, they found themselves immersed in a realm of eerie stillness, where time seemed to stand still and the air crackled with ancient energy. But despite the oppressive atmosphere, they pressed onward, driven by a shared determination to confront the horrors that lurked within. As they ventured deeper into the mansion's depths, they uncovered the tragic secrets of its past, the tales of love and loss, betrayal and redemption that had shaped its history. And in doing so, they also discovered the key to their salvation, a long-forgotten ritual that held the power to banish the malevolent spirits that haunted Hollow Manor once and for all. With their resolve renewed, the friends embarked on a perilous journey to complete the ritual, facing countless obstacles and challenges along the way. But through sheer determination and unwavering courage, they triumphed over adversity, harnessing the strength of their friendship to overcome even the darkest of forces. And as the final incantation echoed through the halls of Hollow Manor, a blinding light erupted from within, purging the darkness and banishing the spirits to the depths from whence they came. In the aftermath of their ordeal, the friends emerged from the mansion's crumbling ruins, their spirits uplifted by the knowledge that they had vanquished the evil that had plagued Willow Creek for centuries. Though scarred by their experiences, they knew that they had emerged stronger and wiser, bound together by the bonds of friendship forged in the crucible of adversity. And as they walked away from the haunted mansion, leaving behind the horrors of their past, they knew that they would forever carry with them the lessons they had learned and the memories they had shared. For in the end, it was not the darkness that defined them, but the light that shone from within, the light of hope, courage, and the enduring power of friendship. And in that light, they found their redemption.